I was mending fences on our ranch when that HOA cop, Carl Baxter, parked his pickup on our private, county land for the 10th day running, claiming it was HOA patrol space despite our land being beyond their reach. His truck was a steel trespass, choking our access. Carl, backed by Karen Miller, HOA tyrant who'd sold my cabin and blocked my driveway, had no idea our cameras caught his daily parking. I was Sarah, the 20-year-old farmer, Meadow Mart owner, conservationist, SWAT trainer, tech founder, federal health inspector, sharpshooter, Marine, county sheriff, 911 dispatcher, retired federal judge, developer who built Crescent Meadows, designer of its security system, and owner of the lake, dock, and HOA lot. His stunt wasn't just a nuisance. It was felony trespass, and Grandpa Joe, our 75-year-old ranch patriarch, was about to drag his truck into the creek with his tractor. I stood by the fence, phone filming as neighbors, pinged by my security app, gathered, howling with laughter. This wasn't just a parked truck, it was Carl's dumbest power play, blind to Grandpa's wrath and my authority. My heart raced, but a cackle escaped. He thought he could park on our ranch? Grandpa was about to turn his truck into a creek ornament, with my badge as the winch. What unfolded wasn't just clearing our land. It was a masterclass in rural justice, family grit, and side-splitting revenge that left Carl soaked, the HOA crushed, and Crescent Meadows roaring. Our ranch wasn't just home. It was his sinkhole, and Grandpa's tractor was the verdict. Carl's truck was his worst mistake, and our creek was about to swallow his pride. Crescent Meadows was a fierce suburb. Its green pastures, bustling markets, and my Meadow Mart Cafe, a bold stand against Karen Miller's HOA tyranny. Once plagued by rules on unauthorized parking and non-compliant ranches, it now thrived, with our 50-acre state-leased ranch and my farmhouse on unincorporated county land as its core. Our ranch, a family stronghold, was HOA exempt, wired with my Crescent Code security system, cameras and sensors I designed. I'm Sarah, the 20-year-old farmer, conservationist, SWAT trainer, Meadow Mart owner, tech founder of Crescent Code, federal health inspector, sharpshooter, Marine, county sheriff, 911 dispatcher, retired federal judge, developer who built Crescent Meadows, designer of its security system, and owner of the lake, dock, and HOA lot, with a fictional ageless fire. I'd crushed Karen 59 times, buying Meadow Mart after her farm stand ban, exposing her assault on Lily, stopping her fishing derby, evicting her fishing club, jailing fake HOA cops, rallying for a pilot's defiance, retrieving my towed tractor, shutting down her cop call on my fence, backing Ibrahim Traoré, ejecting her security patrol, protecting the Thompsons, winning court for my wrecked car, defending my mom's Colt stand, exposing her 911 call on Senator Ellison, grounding her, airline stunt, nailing her bank meddling, restoring my water pipe, towing her SUV, saving my mom's nurse, rescuing Emma from her kidnapping, saving Liam from her brick attack, foiling her field grab, scaring her with my bear, Bruno, defending Emma's wheelchair, stopping her 911 call on my ranch, saving Max from her clippers, voiding her lake fine, saving my pool party, recovering my stolen truck, foiling her power theft, stopping her sewage-powered lights, disarming her fake cop, rebuilding my sister's bridge, proving I owned her mortgage, stopping her assault on my wife, Alex, ejecting her trespassing officers, shutting off her pipeline, proving my Lamborghini legit, turning my lawn into an obstacle course, outshooting the FBI, stopping her fake cop arrest, handling her 911 abuse, rescuing my kids from her kidnapping, towing her Mustangs from my garage, trapping her at my gate, burying her porch in mulch, spiking her SUV on my lawn, closing her trails for my hunting, proving I built the suburb, jailing her for hitting Max, rebuilding the Thompsons' house, turning her trails into my hunting ground, catching her spying on my yard, suspending her board for burning my boat, nailing her for her 911 call on my rain tanks, foiling her eviction over my cabin, burying her in pennies for her fines, towed her car for blocking my driveway, and reclaiming my cabin after her sale. My sheriff powers and Grandpa's grit were our latest weapons. Grandpa Joe, 75, was a ranch legend, grizzled, tractor driving, and fed up with HOA nonsense. Carl Baxter, Karen's 40-something lackey, was a wannabe cop, his badge a flimsy prop for her dying control. Exiled with Karen, he parked on our ranch, unaware it was felony trespass. Our land was private, and our cameras rolled. His scheme, backed by Karen's HOA remnants, relied on fake patrol, rights, blind to Grandpa's tractor, and my evidence. Key allies included Alex, my Delta Force operative wife, my sister, Mia, a nurse, my brother, Jake, a Marine, my cousin, Vince, leader of the Iron Riders bikers, my mother, Ellen, a sharpshooter with dialysis, Tom, my biologist friend who monitored my lake, Linda, the councilwoman who backed my fights, Lily, my waitress-turned-leader, and the Thompsons, especially Dr. James Thompson. Deputy Harris, my SWAT deputy, led the response, and my FBI contact, Agent Laura Chun, was ready to escalate. The Crescent Meadows Forum, our digital hub, would amplify the fight. The setting was a sunny May morning in 2028 at our ranch's gate on a county road, where Carl's truck blocked our path and my cameras recorded. Neighbors, alerted by my app, gathered, cheering for Grandpa. Carl's parking was a crime, and his ignorance of our plan was his fatal error. This wasn't just about a truck, it was Carl's final assault on Crescent Meadows' freedom. For us, it was a chance to protect our ranch, expose his trespass, and unite our community. As I filmed, I knew this fight would echo our victories and splash with our spirit. Carl's parking was a brazen crime. HOA patrol, his note boasted, taped to his truck's window, blocking our gate for the 10th day. I filmed, shouting, "This is our private ranch, Carl. Move your truck." My cameras caught him parking at sunrise. I radioed Harris, who chuckled. "Felony trespass? He's sunk." Ellen, with Emma and Liam, texted our deed, saying Carl's washed up. Linda vowed to bring county officials, noting, "Trespassing on a judge's ranch? Jail." I called Agent Chun, who snapped, "This is FBI-level trespass." Neighbors swarmed, filming the truck. My forum post exploded. HOA cop parks on our ranch. Grandpa's dragging his truck to the creek. Hashtags #Carl parked here and #Creek for Sarah trended, hitting 165 million views. Jake, my barista, live streamed from Meadow Mart, showing my footage and Grandpa's tractor warming up. Crescent Meadows rolls with Sarah, he said, hitting 170 million views. Lily handed out flyers about property laws, explaining, "Our ranch is private. Carl's a trespasser." Carl's HOA cronies, a duo with signs, patrol rights. Tried to back him, but neighbors drowned them out, chanting, "Drag his truck." Mia shared my judicial rulings, proving my clout. I share my camera clip. "Carl's trespassing. Grandpa's got this." The video hit 2.1 billion views. James Thompson arrived, saying, "He targeted us too. We're testifying." His federal weight rattled the cronies. Harris's SWAT team and Chin's FBI unit arrived, inspecting the truck. "Repeat offender," Chun said, checking Carl's plates. Grandpa fired up his tractor, hooking Carl's truck, live streaming. Carl parked on our ranch. Into the creek it goes. The stream hit 10.5 billion views, with news vans circling. Comments flooded. "Grandpa's a legend." "Carl's soaked." Linda arrived with a county prosecutor, announcing Carl's act is felony trespass. The crowd chanted "Creek, Creek," as the cronies fled. The FBI found Carl at the HOA office on my lot, clutching a fake patrol log. Harris cuffed him as Grandpa dragged the truck into the creek, splashing mud. Carl rambled, "It's HOA land," but Chin held up my footage and deed. "You're under federal arrest," she said. The forum planned a creek-free day at Meadow Mart, with music and tractor demos. Carl's lie about patrols collapsed. Our ranch was ours. The stage was set, not just to clear our land, but to crush their reign and rally Crescent Meadows around Grandpa's tractor. Carl's truck was his end, and our creek was our victory. Our ranch was a fortress of justice. Carl stood cuffed at the HOA office, trembling, as Harris and Chun reviewed his fake log. The live stream hit 11.5 billion views, with #Carl parked here and #Creek for Sarah trending globally. Neighbors packed our gate, waving signs. "Drag his truck. No HOA cops." News crews broadcast live, Anchors calling it a grandpa's tractor versus HOA trespass. The air roared, and I was ready to dunk Carl. Tom addressed the crowd, voice steady. Our ranch is private, HOA-exempt county land. Carl's parking is a federal felony. He showed my footage and deed, proving his crime. Neighbors cheered, sharing the clips online. Ellen handed out flyers, saying, "Sarah's our judge." Carl trespassed on our ranch. The forum surged. "Carl's a fool. Grandpa's our hero." A viral tweet read, "HOA cop parks on judge's ranch. Grandpa drags truck to creek. Hashtag Carl parked here." Carl yelled, "It's my patrol." But Shin held up my footage, stating, "You committed felony trespass and harassment." His face crumpled. He hadn't expected Grandpa. Property rights groups joined X, posting, "Carl's attack on Sarah's ranch is a disgrace. Support Crescent Meadows." The Change.org petition, "Justice for Sarah's Ranch," hit 170 million signatures, with comments like "Grandpa's a legend" and "Carl's done." Linda spoke to reporters, voice firm. "Sarah's ranch and Grandpa's grit are our pride. Carl's trespass threatens us all." She announced a council motion to fine the HOA $3 million and ban all operations. The crowd roared, chanting "Creek Free." The HOA, gutted by scandals, leaked texts disavowing Carl. He's rogue. Neighbors guarded our ranch, as Vince's biker crew patrolled the creek. I grabbed the megaphone, heart pounding. "Carl parked on our ranch, but I'm a federal judge, sheriff, and Grandpa's got a tractor. His truck's in the creek." I proposed a creek-free day at Meadow Mart, with tractor rides, music, and a fundraiser for land rights, inviting all. The crowd cheered, volunteering to fish the truck out. Later, I shared online, "Carl's trespass failed. Join us for Creek Free Day." The live stream hit 12.5 billion views, with hashtag Creek Free Day trending. Comments flooded. "Grandpa's unstoppable. Carl's sunk." Carl made a last stand, yelling at Shun, "The HOA's above you." But Rachel, my attorney, arrived with a federal indictment. "You're charged with trespass, harassment, and conspiracy," she said, as Harris tightened his cuffs. The crowd parted, phones filming his walk past the creek, where his truck sat half submerged. Jake's stream hit 23 billion views, with comments like "Bye Carl." "Creek wins." News ran headlines. 20-year-old judge, sheriff, and grandpa drag. HOA, cops truck to creek. Lily organized kids to paint creek-free signs, while Tom tied it to my lake, saying, "Sarah protects our waters." Harris secured our ranch, and neighbors laughed. Shin verified our deed, and Linda promised county funding for a Crescent Creek sign marking our ranch's status. The stage was set for a victory that would clear our land, end Carl's reign, and show Crescent Meadows' power. Carl was cuffed, but Grandpa's tractor would shock everyone. The federal courthouse roared with justice as Carl faced trial, his truck still in our creek. The live stream hit 24 billion views, with hashtag Carl parked here and hashtag Creek for Sarah trending worldwide. Neighbors packed the gallery, waving creek-free signs as news crews filmed. I stood with Grandpa, my roles as judge, sheriff, and rancher now a verdict, our evidence our blade, ready to bury Carl. Judge Rivera, a federal veteran, called order. "Mr. Baxter, you're charged with trespass, harassment, and conspiracy," he said. Rachel presented my footage, showing Carl parking daily. "The plaintiff is a retired federal judge, sheriff, and ranch owner," she said. The gallery cheered, phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. "Carl's done. Grandpa's our king." Shin testified, voice sharp. Carl's trespass violated federal law and endangered access. She showed the fake log, sparking gasps. Linda announced the council's $3 million HOA fine and dissolution vote. The crowd chanted "Creek, Creek," as kids waved painted tractors, symbols of our win. Tom showed our deed, proving our ownership. "Grandpa's tractor sank him," he said, sparking applause. I unveiled a Crescent Creek sign sketch, county-backed, to mark our ranch's status. "This ranch is ours, and Carl's guilty," I said, sharing it online, a tractor under a state seal. The forum erupted. "Perfect. Grandpa's legacy." Rivera reviewed the evidence, footage, deed, log, calling it ironclad. Carl, pleading not guilty, claimed, "It's HOA patrol." But Rachel played his notes, exposing his lies. Rivera ruled, guilty on all counts. 7 years for Baxter, for $0.3 million in damages to Sarah, and HOA dissolution. The gallery roared as Carl slumped, broken. My digital dossier, footage, deed, indictments, was handed to the press, ensuring conviction. News ran it live. 20-year-old judge, sheriff, and grandpa drag HOA cops truck to Creek. The crowd surged, music blaring, as Creek Free Day plans took shape. I gave the mic to Grandpa, who grinned. Our ranch is our pride, he said. Neighbors hugged him, guarding our land in solidarity. This wasn't just Carl's defeat. It was Crescent Meadows' triumph. Proof our ranch could outshine trespass. As our creek flowed, justice prevailed. Carl's conviction was Crescent Meadows' victory. News ran headlines like Judge, Sheriff, and Grandpa drag HOA, cops truck to Creek, and Sarah's Creek triumphs. The live stream hit 27 billion views, with hashtag Carl Parked Here trending for weeks. Fan art of our tractor sign as a justice symbol flooded the forum, and property groups invited Grandpa to speak. Talk shows called, but he shrugged, saying, "This is about our land." Creek Free Day was a sensation. Thousands joined, neighbors, kids, Harris's team, riding tractors, dancing, and unveiling the Crescent Creek sign. Meadow Mart catered, and Tom led eco talks, tying the creek to my lake's bluefins. The event raised $13.5 million for land rights, and state leaders hailed it as a model. The forum buzzed with photos. Grandpa's creek shines. No more Carls. The HOA was eradicated. Linda's vote fined it $3 million and dissolved it, with new laws banning trespass. Carl got 7 years, was banned from Crescent Meadows, and vanished to a prison cell, reportedly arguing over rules. Don't Park Like Carl became a local joke, painted on fences. Our ranch became a tourist draw, with visitors snapping creek selfies. Meadow Mart and my farm stand soared, the cafe hosting creek nights with music and property talks. Tourists flocked to Sarah's Creek, boosting sales. Neighbors brought gifts, mini tractors, sheriff patches, saying Grandpa's fight inspired them. Tom's data showed my lake thriving, celebrated at a community feast. The digital dossier, footage, deed, verdicts was studied for property laws, influencing policy. Lily Minard kids, painting eco signs for the ranch. The forum planned a creek fest with tractor demos, music, and SWAT drills, cementing our spirit. Grandpa turned Carl's trespass into our triumph. One post read, "I hired teens to patrol our ranch, giving them pride." At the fest, under a Creek Forever banner, Linda toasted, "To Sarah, Grandpa, Alex, and Crescent Meadows, where creeks defeat tyrants." Fireworks burst, kids danced, and our ranch glowed. Carl's truck had been a spark, but we'd built a legacy. Meadow Mart, our ranch, and our creek were our stronghold, proof no bully could park on our spirit. As stars shone, I knew Crescent Meadows would always stand wild, proud, and unstoppable.